One of the things I love about the agriculture industry is the passion from a lot of the folks in it. And that passion was on display for me earlier this week as we had the chance to tour Missouri farm operations. One of the farms we toured was the Riegel Dairy Farm. I had the chance to talk with Brian Riegel, who is now the leader of that operation, and I could see his passion when he talked about that farm's history and its future.
Riegel Dairy started back in 1947 when Grandma and Grandpa got a wedding present, as a cow as a wedding present. And from there, that had a calf and it continued on. In 1971, my dad and his three brothers incorporated it and took it to the next level. And in 2018, there was an opportunity for my brother, cousin, and I to further into the third generation of ownership, and we're going to continue on.
Since 2018, the new generation has been able to make some changes, do some modernization. Could you talk a little bit about what you've automated here on the farm?
Some of the things we started with is we updated the milk house that was originally started in 1991. So it needed some updating, some new equipment in there to help the cow's movement and flow through. Down in the nursery area, or the calf section, we were able to add some automation, some self-feeders, so the calves can drink any time of the day as much as they want. And then it also self-weans them and prepares them for the next stage in life.
Brian, one thing I noticed throughout all of your barns, it seemed, was the sand bedding for the cows to lay on. Can you talk about what that transition was like and how you've liked the move using sand for these cows to lay on?
In 2018, we also were able to switch from a rubber mat with a calcium on top of it as a protector to a sand freestall. When we did that, the cows within 2 months jumped to 8 pounds of milk, which was a substantial jump for us and proved that the comfort level increased dramatically with it.
So you've got more milk coming out, managing the sand and the manure. How does that work on this operation?
That comes with some of its own trials and tributes with that. The sand is heavy, it's hard to move. We use a water flush system to move the manure and everything downhill. And then we have to sort the sand back out so we can recycle it. Everything we do on the farm is either try our best to be a byproduct or recycle the waters, the sands, and things like that.
Brian, where does the milk go once it leaves your operation? What's the marketing options for a farm here in Missouri?
So we belong to a co-op, DFA, and DFA markets our milk. Most of our milk will end up in Pacific, Missouri, which will then turn into the larger commercial soft ice cream, stuff like that. Others it'll go to O'Fallon, Illinois, where it'll become bottled milk or butters and yogurts and stuff like that.
Now, Brian, you've got a big operation here. You've got a lot of people running around, and yet you took the morning off to give a tour of your operation. Why? What's the value for you in explaining how dairy works to folks who maybe don't get to see it every day?
We always try to take the opportunity when somebody wants to come in that can also share the message with others, what goes on here. We don't have much opportunity for people to visit dairy farms anymore, so they don't understand what it takes to make the milk. So when they can see it, they get a better understanding of what's happening, and they can share that story over and over again.
Looking out, Brian, you've been growing this operation, as you mentioned, many generations in the family. Where do you see it going from here?
We feel that town's closing in on us pretty quick. I don't know if we'll make it to the fourth generation as full ownership, but they're definitely got their feet on the ground here now, and they're helping us out and helping us survive.
Thank you, Brian, once again for taking the time to talk with us. And folks, tune in next week. We'll get into Brian's other business, growing and processing hemp for that new market. Thank you so much for joining us here for This Week in Agribusiness, folks. I'm Mike Pearson. I appreciate you being with us. Be sure to join us next time, same place, same time, right here for more This Week in Agribusiness.
This Week in Agribusiness is brought to you by Case IH. This Week in Agribusiness is produced by Omax Communication in association with 22 Creative Group. We invite you to visit us online at agbizweek.com.